Hey guys, it's Adrienne and I am doing the 20 things about me video, so let's go. Number one, I have 6 toes, and my 6 toes also webbed. It's kind of in the shape of a little heart. It's kind of weird. Number two, I have the cutest cat in the world. Nope, you can't convince me otherwise. He's also a press. Number three, I've decided to decorate my house kind of crazy. I have a pink couch, butterflies. As you can see, this is the other half of my office, the other part of the couch. I put butterflies in my downstairs powder room, and it's bright blue. My master bathroom is purple, and I have a dandelion flower on the one wall. And then here are some of the crazy decorations, including my X knife holder, along with my magnetic spice rack. Number four, I have 4 chickens and they are absolutely adorable. This is a Dahlia and Peep. This is Fireys. I named her after the Muppet in Labyrinth. And GLaDOS. Yes, I did name my chicken after an evil AI. 5. I am allergic to my fiance's cat Kyber. He's the one you see kind of hanging out on my couch. He loves me, but he makes me itch. It is crazy. He's the only cat in the world that I know of that does that to me. So I got nothing, but I am horribly allergic to him. He just, it's terrible. 6, my favorite video game is Secret World, unless you count Farmville, which I don't, because it's kind of more like a flash game. So I like the creepy factor in Secret World, so I think it's kind of a fun, different game. Number 7, I grew up on a farm, and I loved growing up on a farm. I would have owned it if I could have, but that just wasn't to be. And I was also haunted. I loved it. My sister thought I was creepy as all heck. I thought it was the best thing ever. 8, I am afraid of clowns. Like, they totally freaking creep me out. Like, really. Not so much jesters. Those don't creep me out as much, but like actual clowns just totally creep me out. Number 9, I can't stand women's pantyhose. Like, they just make my skin crawl. Like, I will wear pants, like, in every instance that I would have to wear pantyhose because I hate them so much. Number 10, I am horrible at math. Like, you guys, story problems just make my head want to explode. However, if you give me something that pertains to me, and it makes sense to me. Like, I can make the most complicated formula in Excel like you can't believe. Like, I drove old math teacher nuts because I was programming fish to swim across a screen. He's like, see, you're using math. And I'm just looking at him going, I'm using JavaScript. And he just was horrified. So, yeah, apparently to do math and be good at it, it has to apply to me in some way. And otherwise, I just sit there and stare at it like, I don't get it at all. It's pretty bad. 11. Pink is actually, I mean, you notice I have pink on my walls and I have a pink couch. So pink is actually something I find really humorous. Reason being, when I was 7, my mother let me pick the color of my room. Unless you were willing to change your daughter's or your child's room color when they later become a goth teen, please do not let them pick their room color. Just saying. Because when I was 7, I wanted a lavender room, but my mother hated lavender. She hated purple all the time. So instead, I got my second color choice, which was pink. So I had Barbie pink floors and Pepto pink walls. It was fantastic until I was a goth and 13 and hated it. I hated pink for the longest time, and now I think it's funny. So pink actually looks good on me too. So yeah. So clearly I've gotten over that. Now it's funny. So hooray for growing up, I guess. So number 12, I have broken my 2 front teeth out twice. They're break. And the second time I broke them out, it was a week. 1 week after getting them fixed. It is a running joke in my family that I lead with my face. Yeah. So, 13. I was horse obsessed when I was a kid. Like, from the second I could figure out what a horse was, I wanted one. I loved them. It was all I thought about, wanted. I mean, eat, sleep, and breathe horses. I mean, it was like, seriously, it was my drug of choice. Number 14, kind of goes to number 13. My father hated horses, and the only reason I got a horse is because he made the mistake of telling a 7-year-old girl that she could have a horse if She came up with half the money, thinking, of course, that I couldn't because I'm a 7-year-old kid. I'm going to get interested in something else. He was hoping four-wheelers. Nope, I turned into Scrooge, like Scrooge. I had a horse within the year, and I pretty much spent my whole childhood until I pretty much couldn't afford horses anymore showing horses. I mean, just literally drug of choice, and I switched out for video games and gained a whole lot of weight. Apparently, it wasn't a fair trade for exercise. Who knew? Yeah, so, yeah. Number 15, I don't make my bed. Ever. Unless I am showing my house for sale, at which point it has to look great. I don't make my bed. I consider it a complete waste of time. Like, I see all these things telling you, make your bed in the morning to promote habits or something. And I'm just like, no, I don't function hardly at all in the morning, and there's no point. I'm just going to make a mess of it in the morning or, when I get back in bed anyway. So I don't make my bed. Number 16, my hair curls when it's wet. Not a lot, but like it'll get, like I'll wake up and it'll be curly. Not like up here or anything, but like just, I can't explain it because as soon as I brush it, it's straight. It also does nothing. Like you can put a whole thing of hairspray in it and it'll like just fall out within minutes. It's strange. Number 17, I am a pretty lazy person right until I am motivated or project oriented. And then I am the most terrifying person on the planet. Jer back here, yeah, I have never seen anyone actually look terrified at the word home improvement project. But yeah, he actually has this whole look of terror and he can't reproduce it unless we're in the store. And I'm like, project! And then he's like, he just looks, it's awesome. Anyway, number 18. When I was little, my mom says I wouldn't eat anything but yogurt and mashed potatoes for something like 6 months. And in fact, even though I didn't really have a weight problem until I was older, I have always been a very picky eater. Like, I would say in college and even growing up, I could totally live on like macaroni and cheese, fish sticks, and hot dogs. Not kidding. And my mother's mashed potatoes and gravy. Like, I could live on that. It wasn't actually until I turned 30 that I started eating other things. So, kind of weird, but my mother occasionally wonders if I've been abducted by aliens because now I will eat things like spinach and a whole lot of things. And I truly didn't like these things before, so I don't know what changed, but apparently it took me 30 years to decide I could eat real food. So, hooray, I got there eventually. Number 19, my favorite book series is a tie between the Myth series by Robert Asprin, which I think is hilarious and if you haven't read, you should, and Jim Butcher's Harry Dresden series. But I also like the Molly Harper, How to Flirt with a Naked Werewolf, and Nice Girls Don't Have Bangs. I can't choose. I trade the covers, but I don't buy books. I buy ebooks. Because you know what? If you ever have to move, these are really light. Yeah, they do not weigh 800 pounds. And also, you never have to dust them. Just saying. Yeah, so let's see. And number 20, I met Jer while I was doing quizzes on OkCupid after taking a zombie survival test. He liked my survivability. So he sent me a woo, and I wasn't actually looking for anyone, I was just taking the stupid tests. And in fact, I think the first thing I did is I read his profile, saw he grew up in England, and insulted him, asked him who his favorite doctor was. Because Doctor Who has been playing since 1963 on BBC. Just saying. And he didn't know who Doctor Who was, so I insulted him. That was the beginning of our relationship. Yep, so that's my 20 things.